The Mayan culture. Bixibal was a term used in ancient Mayan and is actually still used today as a greeting. The Mayan social hierarchy is kind of like the monarchy of modern-day England. The king was considered a supreme being, descendant of the gods. He was one of the most powerful and wealthiest among his people. He was distinguished by wearing skins of jaguar and also wore turquoise jewelry and obtained bird of paradise feathers to show his wealth. Government workers and merchants, they were respected by the farmers and slaves and were significant to the Mayan society because they provided goods and services. Slaves and farmers did most of the hard labor. The farmers provided the society with food and made up a large part of their army. The language spoken in the Mayan culture was Yucatan Maya. And it is considered a dead language and is part of many family languages that are still around today. The Mayan people formed a group around 7 million people which descended from ancient Mesoamerican civilizations. They are now spread across the modern-day countries such as Belize, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Mexico. During their leisure, they played ball games. One was actually named ball game, which consisted of a rubber ball and a court. Sacrifice, which is also another game that consisted of a rubber ball. When you actually tour the Mayan ruins in Mexico, they allow you to play in a makeshift game that resembles how they played back in their time. The Mayan religion, better known as Costumbre, involved several aspects of nature, astronomy, and rituals. Most gods represented a form of nature, for example, the sun god, king, Abos, or maize god, and Yumcax. The Mayans were known for their calendars and astronomical buildings that were used during their religious rituals. The maize god and Yumcax were the more known due to the religion or relation to the sun. Many of these symbols still stand today and are part of the 7 world wonders. Bacab was also part of the Mayan mythology, which is a formed from any of the 4 gods, who were thought to be brothers, who upraised arms supported by multi-layered sky from their assigned positions at the 4 cardinal points of a compass, north, south, east, and west. These 4 brothers are thought to be a single deity. They are thought to be the offspring of Itzimiya. She's considered a supreme deity as well, the goddess of childbirth, medicine, and weaving. Each brother would watch over 1 year and of a 4-year cycle. The Maya expected the Mulate years to be the greatest of years because the god presiding over these years was the most powerful of the brothers. The 4 directions and their corresponding colors, east for red, north for white, west for black, and south for yellow, played an important part in the Mayan religious and calendarical systems. The Mayan achievements and declines were many. Some of the achievements were the Mayan calendar. The Mayan sacred calendar is called Tisak in Yucatec Mayan and Chol Ohi in Quiché Mayan. It also gained popularity in 2012 when it ended, which led many to think the world was going to end, which was not true. For their math contributions, they formed new branching parts of geometry and trigonometry. The Mayans were also part of one of 2 of the civilizations that devised the concept of zero, and something uncommonly known is their discovery of pi. The decline of their culture or their society was pretty much unknown for many years. For decades, researchers had tried to pinpoint it. Many thought it was part of a major natural disaster or the infighting between the people. But if you are to believe Professor David Hodel, he provided the first physical evidence of association between the period drought at Lake Chichinaba and the collapse of the Mayan civilization. And that brings us to the conclusion. Thank you so much for taking the time to hear me. Thanks, bye.